Hello and welcome to the Lost Valley. I said it a little while ago that I was planning on doing some first look videos of some indie games that kind of I had interest in, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to stream. You know, obviously good due to stream time limitations. This is one of those. It's called the Lost Valley. It's developed by and published by Andrew Drumov. It looks like a 1 or 2 man team. Its budget and price, it's like £4, was like $5-6. It is based on the reviews. It's very mixed reviews. It's touted as being very short, and a lot of the people that I'm seeing writing reviews are saying it's more of a tech demo for CryEngine than an actual game. But Steam itself lists it as a small game where you play a cyclist who gets into an accident while up on top of a cliff. You find yourself in a great valley called the Lost Valley. Your bicycle's broke because you kind of fell, and you need to get out on foot. And that's it. And you got to get out of the valley and reach the shore, where you can find a boat to get out. And that is basically it. There's no zombies. There's no shooting. It's just an exploration game. I mean, I've played similar games to this on my on stream before. This is the title screen. It doesn't even have the name of the game on it. Options are very limited. You got some game settings where you can set the sensitivity of the mouse. You have some graphic settings where you can basically turn motion blur on and off, change the resolution, change the brightness. The graphic settings themselves, you just have some presets, and you can turn anti-aliasing on and off. That is it. So I've not gone any further than this, so let's check it out. I mean, I've had people say that it certainly takes like 10 to 30 minutes just to get out. So if it is really that short, we'll just do it all. But let's go. Oh, we've got a choice of summer or winter. Let's do summer. The settings there's no sound option in the settings, so you can't turn the music off, turn it down or anything. I mean, the music is very loud, so I will tone it down for the when I encode the video. But as I said, I've seen a lot of people saying that this is more of a tech demo, and it definitely looks that. And obviously we start here, you can't see your character. We do have the CryEngine console up, so we could make some commands. It's raining. The rain is quite heavy. Look at the sun shafts through the trees. The light. We've got a deer here. Look at the wind. The wind moving the leaves. I mean, it does look very, very, very good. But is there much of a game here? That's the thing, right? Oh, okay, don't push the button. Hitting the left mouse button takes you back to this initial scene where he looks up in the trees. Alright, okay, so at no point during the walkthrough of this should you push the left mouse button, because it restarts from the beginning. Oh, look at some big toads. Oh yeah, we do have feet. You can't squish the toads. We can't run. Let's just keep on walking and see how far the beach is. So I'm guessing we're just following this path until we get to the bottom, I guess. I mean, this, as I said a little bit earlier, it does look really nice. I mean, look at the effect of the sun. I mean, I set my graphics to high, rather than ultra. I set it to high with my system setup. I'm currently getting 45 FPS. So I don't think I would put it on ultra, but it does look very, very pretty. The music is very atmospheric. You're kind of locked into where you can go, as in you can't jump off the cliff, which is probably a good thing. Because I can imagine some people wanting to jump off the cliff already, just because there isn't much of a game here. But as I said, I do play a lot of exploration games like this. I got some water coming out of that drain there. We gotta go down? Let's go down. So as I said, I think the objective here is to get to the bottom of the cliff to a boat. Got more toads jumping around. Oh, he's an alligator. He's trying to eat me. Luckily he's not moving, right? Oh, come on, you are kidding, right? You can jump off this wheel, you can't walk off this wheel either way. If you jump off the wheel, come on, you can do this, you can jump. Yes! Let's go look over the roof. Oh, you can't jump on the roof. I've got a tree floating in the sky there, and that's probably not great. Alright, so at this point I'm kind of stuck. Let me just go over this way. Maybe we're not supposed to climb in that building. Oh, okay, there's a path. I thought you had to climb up in there and walk around it, but I guess not, it's just for show. So yeah, this is definitely a walking simulator. Because... Damn it, I hit the button again. I'm going to skip until we get back to where it was. Okay, we're back to where we was when we pushed the button. That's incredibly infuriating. I mean, you can imagine that, right? You have a game which probably doesn't have any save points or checkpoints, and when you press the left mouse button, you start from the beginning. Now, the left mouse button for any PC user is probably the most common thing you're ever gonna push. You know, I didn't push it on purpose, but just holding the mouse to move, I just pushed it by accident, and you start from scratch. Now that is incredibly bad design. I honestly don't know why anyone in their right mind would set the left mouse button to restart a level and not document it anywhere. So yeah, we're carrying on our trip. The scenery looks very nice. The music is incredibly repetitive, and I will likely mute all sound when I do the YouTube video, strictly because it is so very, very repetitive. Excuse me, I was kind of had to cough. But yeah, it's so very repetitive, and you cannot turn it down. So I will turn it down to probably like 5% of its current audio speed, audio just so there's something in the background rather than just me chatting. Because there's no sound effects from the rain. I mean, there's if you look down at the floor as you're walking, you can kind of hear footsteps. But other than that, if I'm looking ahead like this, there is absolutely no sound. The only thing you get is the music, which is incredibly loud. Looking at the floor, you hear some footsteps. I wish you could actually have the music off and just have the sound turned up a bit, but there's no option to do that, and that is what number one, and that's a very bad thing to do. And the same with the left button. That's another big no. So far it looks good. I'm guessing it can be kind of relaxing if the music doesn't grate on you. I mean, whoever this is playing the piano on this tune, it sounds like a 2-year-old just banging their hand on the piano keys. There is definitely no rhythm to the thing, to the piano bashing. I could make piano noises that sound just like this. Yeah. Okay, so we're around the back of that hut that I was trying to climb on top of. If it would have let us climb on the roof, we would have got over it so much quicker. Yeah, I got a wrecked cars. They probably fell off the cliff too, and yeah, and they're stuck here. We still have quite a way down. We started up above where we are now. I'm pretty sure we have to go down here. Down. You don't have a health bar, so I don't know if you're actually doing any damage to yourself. But this is getting us down pretty quickly, right? Alright, so you can't walk any further forward, so going towards the edge of the cliff is not something you have to do. It could have been easy. You could have got to the edge of the cliff, looked down, there could have been some water to jump into, and that'd be it. Finished, completed. I guess we're going to go through the gap in the rocks over there. Ooh, we got an old tunnel. We'll get out of this rain. So I guess the question maybe some of you may be thinking already is The Lost Valley. £4 on Steam, $6 on Steam. Is it worth the $6? Well, that kind of would totally depend on the person and what they kind of would expect. I mean, if you buy products on Steam, which is like mainly for games, and you're actually expecting a game, then do not spend $6 on this, because it is not a game. It is a tech demo, just to show off some scenery in CryEngine. There is no game here. All you're doing is walk into the end of the level. That is all you're doing. You've got no sound other than this very, very repetitive music that does drone on you after the first 5 minutes. And after the first 5 minutes, I'm kind of wanting to stab someone. So if there's no music playing in the background when you're watching this video, that is why, because I'm trying to save your ear holes from the pain that is the music. But it's like a walking simulator, an exploration game. Basically, all you're doing is you're just walking around a level, just looking around, exploring. You can't interact with anything. I mean, it may have, if there was the ability to actually interact with some objects, like you see the crates or something. If you actually open them up, look inside things, or go inside buildings, because you got this bit like building here on the left here. If you could actually go in, open this up and go inside here rather than just look at it, that might be cool. But there's no doors, you can't go inside, and yeah, it's very linear. There's only one way you can walk through the level. So far, I've only seen one way you can actually move forward, and you have to go. You have to go that direction. You don't have any choice. But if you just want somewhere that you can just, somewhere you can just hang out with nature for a little while, because it might be pretty cool. I mean, it does look good. The graphics look good. I mean, the actual scenery looks pretty good. The trees, I don't know. As I said, I'm on high rather than ultra. I mean, the grass doesn't look that great. The trees look pretty good. I do like the lighting effects. The sun shafts and the effects, the shadows look really, really good. But personally, I cannot recommend it. I couldn't recommend this, even if it was maybe if it was like $2 or $3, just to check it out. But even for $6, there's no game here. If you want to do some sort of tech demo, and you didn't want to try out something like you didn't want proper full benchmarking software like 3D Mark. You just wanted something just to see how how good something can look. You can get this for an ultra, see what FPS you get. It could well be a half decent benchmark, but not as a game, because there's no game. Alright, where are we going now? I guess I'm going this way, because this is the only way. I tried to walk over to the left a little towards those trees, but I got forced into an invisible wall. Even though, oh man. So I tried to walk through the trees just there, and of course these bushes, it's like an invisible wall stopping you. Right, there's a lighthouse. We're going to be getting closer to the bottom now, because let's try and take a shortcut here, because the lighthouse is usually always on the waterfront, right? So let's go. Maybe by the lighthouse is where we're going to see the boat. Is that a boat down there? It is a boat. There's a rowboat. Okay, so we've probably got to get to that boat, and when we get to that boat, that is it. The game is over. Then you can start it again and play in winter mode. This is summer, so once it's done, I'm going to start it back up in winter mode just to see what the winter effects are. I expect you're going to have lots of snow and ice. I don't know whether or not they'll go as far as to have it so that the snow is slippery and stuff, because obviously when you're climbing down the side of this cliff here, it looks very slippery. So if it was real wintry and it was icy, you would slip all over the place. But whether or not the dev has put that sort of, put that in, I don't know. Probably not. But we'll take a quick look at what winter looks like before I wrap up. I mean, some of the reflections are like on the water here. That is a little buggy, isn't it? And you've got the lighthouse over there. As I said, you couldn't walk up to it on top. Maybe you can walk towards it from down here, but nope, it's behind a big rock. So now again, it would be cool if you could walk up to that lighthouse, you know, climb up it and walk around the top. But you can't get near it. But here's the boat. This boat marks our exit and the completion of the game. Although there's no oars or anything. So how are we going to get out of here? Okay. That's it. You just walk to the boat and you get credits. Mesmerize, Heart of Nowhere. Yeah, that was. So it was the music they got wasn't. So there's two people worked on this project. There's a guy that's done the modelling and a guy that did everything else, did the programming, and the music is like a freeware tune. It's not. They didn't even compose it. They took it from a free library, you know, a copyright-free library. It probably explains why it's not that great, because it wasn't done something specifically for the game. Okay, so here's a look at the winter mode. The level is exactly the same, of course. All you've got is it's still raining, but you get some of these snowflakes dropping down. And if you look on the floor, you got a bit of snow covering. The sun's still out. There's no ice, so you know all the water's still just water. There's no ice. There's a slight, basically, snow covering over some of the objects. Like you can look on maybe some of the rocks. It was a little bit, potentially could be snow. If you look at the roof of the building down here, it's a little peppering of snow, but it's very, very light, and it doesn't stop you from, you're not slipping on anything like that. So it's just it's exactly the same as summer. They just added one extra asset over the top, which is a little peppering of snow every now and again, and these snowflakes. So winter mode doesn't really add much to it. So yeah, if you looked at it in summer mode, it's probably, even though it probably only takes 10-15 minutes to walk to the bottom, there's probably no reason to do it again. I'm going to head out. Get this all prepped up. We'll stick it up on the YouTube. As I said at the beginning, there's a bunch of little smaller indie games that I really do want to play, but I don't have much time to play on my Twitch channel because I'm trying to devote it to specific type of games. And so I'll have a little look to them here. If you are one of my Twitch regulars and you see me play a game here on YouTube that you would like to see more of, on, you know, maybe on Twitch, then just drop it in a comment or let me know somehow, and I'll try to. We'll slide it in and we'll stream some of it to see a little bit more. But other than that, as I said, I personally cannot recommend this because it is not a game. It's not a game. It's just it's an exploration adventure, and not a great one at that. But yeah, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.